Many celebrities have learned how to find solace in kids, such that they go the extra mile to adopt one or two for themselves, if, by chance, they don't have any yet. To a great degree, these children have played phenomenal roles in their lives, earmarking great and beautiful experiences that these celebrities will never forget. Stay put, and let's run through the list of 20 celebrities with the most beautiful adopted kids. Number 20, Kristen Davis.
Like, hey, I can do this. This is okay. So I mull it over. But because I'm a single mom, I just really want to focus on her and make sure that I'm doing a good job first.
Kristen's love for children from a very young age cannot be overemphasized, as she has always loved kids to be around her, whether they are her relatives' children or the ones she adopted. Her relentless love for kids shows how much of a person she is and how it has shaped her belief in herself. Kristen Davis, best known for playing the hopeless romantic Charlotte York Goldenblatt on Sex and the City and its sequel, Just Like That, seems to be enjoying her singlehood and raising her kids alone. In my 20s, I thought I would never get married. I guess I was right, Davis told People in 2008. I grew up in the South, so everyone talked about marriage, but all I wanted was to move to New York and do theater. And in my 30s, I was busy doing Sex and the City, so I just didn't have time. In 2011, she adopted her first child, daughter Gemma Rose. And since it didn't turn out to be the best experience, she also adopted a second child in 2018, a son named Wilson. Taking care of these kids was her priority, as they seemed to resonate with her deep feelings about them. Number 19, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
A sense of, I didn't for a lot of the emotions, the just intrinsic, deep, core emotions.
This couple's relationship has to be one of the best Hollywood celebrity marriages that has graced the Hollywood scene in a long while. But why they chose to go their separate ways after portraying a good notion to the fans was something no one understood. From when they first met and how they journeyed through their dating stages until they got married on Christmas Eve in 1990, no one would have predicted that their marriage would hit the rocks so quickly. Both celebrity actors were into each other for life. They did everything together, showcasing the bond that bound them. However, before they split, they adopted beautiful kids who brought a different kind of presence to the then heated atmosphere. After the Big Little Lies alum suffered an ectopic pregnancy, they went on to adopt Isabella in 1992, which at the time was not a consolation, but a dream come true. As the child grew with her adopted parents, everything began to fall into place again, and the need to expand their family became evident. The duo adopted their second child, Connor, in 1995. And with the arrival of Connor, there were hopes of a possible re-energizing of the home. However, all hopes were dashed when the differences between Cruz and Kidman could not be reconciled. Even after their split in 2001, they maintained their joint custody of caring for the children, constantly reminding everyone that they always put their kids first in anything they do. Number 18, Viola Davis.
She does, because she's seen Into the Woods 12 times. Wow.
The adaptation of Fences star has always had a thing or two for kids, and when she saw that a void needed to be filled in her heart, she decided to adopt a child with her husband, Julius Tennant. Despite starring in many award-winning films and TV shows and living an extraordinary life, the EGOT winner knew something was missing. In one of her interviews, she made it known to People in 2017. It was great, but it was not fulfilling. I wanted my life to mean something and be deeper. That's when the urge came, and the urge was just very, very, very strong. So, I have a kid now, and she is just the light of our lives. After announcing on the red carpet at the premiere of her movie that she was going to adopt a baby, in October 2011, Davis and Julius adopted Genesis, and just as she had expected, she lit up their world in many ways. Number 17, Ty Burrell.
Month old.
So how's life for you?
Oh my Lord. Well, we are starting to sleep now, which the first 4 months.
Life, they say, comes with many preferences, and for the actor Ty Burrell, he has always made his preference known through his actions. Burrell, famous for playing Phil Dunphy on the ABC sitcom Modern Family from 2000 to 2020, made it known to the public when he decided to adopt children. Owing to the fact that he was a lover of kids, he has since learned to show them love and unreserved care. Burrell, who got married in 2000 to Holly Burrell, sold the idea of adopting kids to his wife, and without much exaggeration, they agreed. In 2010, the couple took a bold step and adopted their first child, a daughter named Frances. It was the best moment for the couple as, before their very eyes, their highly anticipated wish ticked off their bucket list. Burrell, who knew the implications of what he wanted, was now appreciative that he was a father and that the long prayer for the opportunity to play the role of a dad was before him day and night. As Frances began to bond with her dad and mom, the couple saw the need to enlarge their family, and in 2020, they adopted a second daughter named Greta. He also aired his views about adoption in an interview with People, saying, "There's lots of problem solving in any marriage, but when you have this collective goal that is a human being, it's an inspiring rallying point." He described how the addition of Frances brought him even closer to his wife. Number 16, Denise Richards.
And even if you are with someone, you're having another child, I think it's all in, each person, whatever works for them. And
Denise Richards' love for kids didn't start today. Right from the time she was growing up as a teenager, she had always found companionship in kids. And when the time was right to keep the gear rolling, she did exactly that without making mistakes. Richards, who rose to prominence with roles in the science fiction film Starship Troopers and the erotic thriller film The Wild Things, seems to be having the best time with her kids, which you can tell by how she adores and carries them with pride. Richards married her now ex-husband, Charlie Sheen, and they welcomed 2 of their daughters in 2004 and 2005, respectively. However, when she felt she wasn't really satisfied with just 2 children, she made further inquiries and adopted another daughter, Lola, in 2011. To her, Lola was everything you could want in a child, and ever since she came, she learned to learn, unlearn, and relearn. In an interview with People in 2019, she made a striking statement that depicted her purpose for adoption. "I'm most proud of raising my kids, especially in a time that is very different from how I was raised." Number 15, Connie Britton.
Yobi is his name, and I adopted him when he was 9 months old. And
with the way things have gone, one would be tempted to say Connie's love for kids has taken a different route because she has always been vocal about her affection for her kids, not minding where and to whom she speaks. The award-winning actress, who blew the airwaves with her role in the television series Spin City, is a fervent lover of kids, and to a great extent, she is unapologetic about it. The White Lotus actress welcomed her son Yobi via adoption in 2011 after a 3-year adoption journey. "I feel like becoming a mother changes everything in terms of how we look at life and how we know ourselves. But so much changed at the same time for me because when I adopted Yobi, I also moved to Nashville," she said in one of her interviews. Since Yobi's arrival, Connie has seen the world differently and vows to protect him until eternity. On his 10th birthday, she revealed what she would do should anyone try her patience. "Beyond everything, don't mess with my kid. I will be a mama bear to the end." Number 14, Hugh Jackman. Putting on a kid's lovable status can easily be detected because it grows from within. If it's not there, it's not there. Hugh Jackman's preferred choice to adopt kids is one flex, and he doesn't mind pulling off whenever he deems it fit. This way of life is something you can't take away from him, even if there was a knife to his neck. Hugh Jackman shared 2 kids with his ex-wife, Deborah Lee Furness, before their split in 2023. The couple met in 1995 on the set of the Australian series Corelli and tied the knot on the 11th of April, 1996. As they grew in love, they opted for another companion, and in 2000, they adopted Oscar, their son, and Ava, their daughter. However, after nearly 3 decades of marriage, they split and went their separate ways, but their family has always been their top priority, both said in separate interviews. Number 13, Madonna.
My long-term goal is that if we can raise Malawi, then we can do that in a lot of other.
Outside of music and acting, there is one thing you really don't know about Madonna: her love for kids. She is truly a lover of kids, so each time she shows how much they mean to her, she can go all out to make it happen without any iota of regret. Madonna, a popular figure in pop music, isn't interested in doing many things. However, one thing stands out for her, and in all honesty, it is how she emotionally connects to the kids around her. The pop icon welcomed her first child, Lourdes, in 1996 and grew her brood with the addition of Rocco, David, Mercy, and twins, Stella and Esther. In 2017, she appeared on the cover of People and opened up about her life at home with her children and her emotional adoption journey. "Sometimes I would just close my eyes and think, why isn't my kitchen filled with dancing children? There are so many children who need a home," she said. What am I waiting for? Just do it. On countless occasions, she has even asserted that this was the best decision she made, and if allowed to do it again, she wouldn't hesitate to go all out. Madonna has always been passionate about her kids, and just to honor them, she made sure that she tattooed their initials on her wrist when she got her first tattoo in December 2020. As she had planned, all her children are doing well in their respective fields. Number 12, Marissa Hargate.
Well, it's pretty dreamy. It's, some days I just sit and pinch myself because it,
If there was another way of describing Marissa's emotional love for children, then surely we would have, because this is something you can't take away from her, even if she were to be stripped of everything she has. Marissa Hargate, one of the A-list actresses in Hollywood, has always lived a simple life, but not without the companionship of her kids. She met Peter Herman on the set of her show Law & Order, SVU, and as they grew together in love, they married in 2004. Hargate and Herman welcomed their first child, August, at age 42 in 2006 and went on to adopt Amaya and Andrew within 6 months of each other. It sure was the most satisfying decision they made, as their children brought life to the home, giving the couple a reason to smile uncontrollably. In January 2024, she told people that she is so grateful that she is an older mom. "I don't know if I could have handled it when I was younger," she admitted. "When I was younger, I wasn't as present, but as I've gotten older, I've started to accept and appreciate." In 2018, she also made a shocking revelation that together they are a happy, joyful, chaotic, crazy unit. "I have never known anything that was more right." Number 11, Sharon Stone.
Hey Sharon, looking beautiful like always.
While she may be referred to as a loving person, it is also very interesting to know that she also extends this to children. Just as her beautiful heart rings for everyone, she has since learned to replicate that in the lives of children. After doing just that for many years, she decided to have her own children so she wouldn't miss a day or two trying to show love. Sharon, who doubles as an author and actress, is a loving mother of 3. She first became a mom in 2000 when she and her then-husband Phil Bronstein adopted their first child, Roan, together. Soon, she became enthusiastic about another child and adopted a second son in 2005, Laird. In 2006, she also adopted another son, Quinn, and she has been the most supportive mother ever since. Stone has been open about the several tragedies she has endured throughout her life before and after becoming a mother, including multiple miscarriages. We, as females, don't have a forum to discuss the profundity of this loss. "I lost 9 children by miscarriage," Stone commented on a People Instagram post in 2022. "It is no small thing, physically nor emotionally, yet we are made to feel it is something to bear alone and secretly with some kind of sense of failure." Number 10, Meg Ryan.
Hi Meg.
Just as motherhood is a good thing to behold, Meg Ryan has tasted it, and all we can say is that she is never going back. She has always desired to become a proud, caring mom, and when the opportunity came through, she didn't hesitate to make it happen. The What Happens Later actress and actor Dennis Quaid welcomed their first child, Jack, in 1992 after tying the knot in February 1991. Ryan and Quaid were married for 10 years before their divorce was finalized in 2001. Ryan later adopted her daughter, Daisy, born in 2004 from China in 2006. Ryan directed her son in 2015, Ithaca, and credited her children for helping her venture into the world behind the camera. "Motherhood has changed me fundamentally," she told People in October 2016. "I have 2 kids, and I think that part of my life served my ability to direct the best." Number 9, Kalista Flockheart. It seems very good to be a mother because the way Kalista has been flooding the internet with cute pictures of herself and her children can make one want to become a mother if they have never had a child. Kalista Flockheart, who has been up and doing business in Hollywood, also holds a reputable spot for how she grooms and trains her children with respect. Just before she met and began dating Harrison, Flockheart adopted her first child, Liam Flockheart, in 2001. Harrison, who had initially raised 4 older kids, immediately took on the fatherly role in Liam's life, and together with Kalista, they nurtured him to maturity. In 2008, Harrison made an interesting statement when he was interviewed by Reader's Digest, sharing how grateful he was that Kalista and Liam came into his life. Kalista devoted herself to Liam and has done a really wonderful job raising him. I'm happy to now have a part of the job. Despite their A-list status, Harrison and Kalista are very private about their relationship and family life. They raised Liam out of the spotlight and rarely discuss him publicly or share photos of him online. Today, he has become a responsible person among his peers. Number 8, Mary Louise Parker.
This is actually my favorite hotel. And if I have a choice,
Having your kids should be one of the best wishes a woman can make. When actress Mary Louise Parker became a mother, she felt more than fulfilled in all ramifications. Seeing that she can express greater dimensions of love, she is nonetheless bothered about what people would say. Parker shares William with her former boyfriend, Billy Crudup, whom she split from before their son's birth in 2004. Several years later, Louise welcomed her daughter Caroline, named Ash, in 2007 through adoption, fulfilling a childhood dream. The following year, the actress spoke about how she felt after successfully adopting Ash. "I can't adopt 500 children, but I did adopt this beautiful little girl, and it was an amazing thing," Mary Louise said at the New Yorker Festival in 2008. Since Ash's birth, she and her big brother William have shared sibling goals, and together they have watched them come to pass gradually. Number 7, Katherine Heigl.
Because you're so cute.
Your fanny pack.
I like my fanny pack. That makes my fanny pack is lame.
The odds are clear for this beautiful actress, Katherine Heigl. Ever since she became a mother, she's been having the best moments of her life, so that, if you didn't know her before now, you would think she was high on alcohol or something. Though having a good time, she also learned to raise her children out of the spotlight. The Firefly Lane star shares daughters Nayeli and Adelaide and son Joshua with her husband Josh Kelly. Katherine and Josh met on the set of Kelly's music video, Only You, in 2005 and tied the knot in 2007 in Park City, Utah. Right from the start, they were eager to raise children, and fortunately for them, luck shone on them and their wishes came true. The couple became first-time parents in September 2009 after adopting Nali from South Korea. They expanded their family again in 2012 and 2017, respectively, with the adoption of Adelaide and the birth of Joshua. It has always been a roller coaster for the family, as all of them have since bonded through the undiluted love that runs in the family. Number 6, Sandra Bullock.
Hey.
Right from the onset, Sandra has always been an agitator of motherhood. Did she stop? No, she didn't, until she tasted its genuineness. Everything you said about it would fall on a camel's back. Fortunately, today she is a proud mother and has never been ungrateful for that experience. Sandra raised 2 children with her late boyfriend, Brian Randall. The Miss Congeniality star's longtime partner passed away after quietly battling amyotrophic lateral sclerosis for 3 years. Sandra and Randall became official in 2015 after dating for several years. At that time, Sandra was already a mom to her son Louis, whom she adopted in 2010. Later on, she adopted daughter Layla in 2015. In March 2022, the Ocean's 8 star announced that she would be taking a step back from acting to focus on her home life. Since she is focused on her family, we have truly seen the results it has yielded yearly. Today, Sandra and her kids live a quiet life without troubles and problems. Number 5, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Hello guys! Enjoy Paris!
Before Angelina Jolie became popular in Hollywood, one of her major desires was to become a mother to as many children as she wanted. When she met Brad Pitt, who also carried her vision, they vibed very well. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, who are A-list actors, first met in 2003 while portraying the roles of husband and wife in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and continued as lovers until 2005 when they had a minor split. They eventually reconciled again and adopted several kids as their own. Beginning with the adoption of Maddox from an orphanage in Cambodia in 2001, the pair welcomed 5 more kids into the Jolie Pitt fold: Zahara, Shiloh, Pax, Knox, and Vivian. Although they grew up in the spotlight, all 6 prefer to keep their lives private. Even after Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt split, their children have always been a reason for occasional talks and more. Number 4, Charlize Theron While we don't know when she became obsessed with kids, we can tell that her heart desire comes from a place of love and genuineness. Right from when she adopted her first child, it has never ceased to amaze everyone how she shows all her kids the same amount and quality of love. Charlize Theron, who happens to be an actress with great charisma, constantly showcases it to the world regularly, and when it came to adoption, she was also a genuine lover. Her motherhood journey began in 2012 when she adopted her daughter Jackson. After Jackson's arrival, Theron couldn't contain her joy because the young child brought her the tremendous joy and peace she had always wanted. 3 years later, Theron also adopted her second child, August, in 2015, and ever since, the family has been living happily ever after. One time in 2018, the Mad Max Fury Road actress opened up about her decision to adopt. She mentioned that adoption was a top priority for her. She also explained that her love and passion for kids didn't start today, but are a reflex action largely inspired by her upbringing in South Africa, which exposed her to orphanages and children in need in her community at a young age. Even when I was in relationships, I was always honest with my partners that adoption was how my family would look one day, Theron said. This was definitely not a second option for me. It was always my first. Number 3, Sia.
Sia, you adopted a son, didn't you?
I did. I actually adopted 2 sons last year. They're both 18. They were 18.
Away from the shores of music and its related activities, Sia is one singer whose love for kids is vocal. She doesn't hide it, but carries it with passion wherever she goes. When motherhood came knocking on her door, she accepted it without taking a view to the left or right. Sia, popularly known for her song Chandelier, adopted her kids with every sense of urgency, making it known to the world that this is who she is outside the world of music. Sia, who had always wanted to have her kids, opened up about her struggles with infertility while she was still with her ex-husband Eric Anders Lang. She explained in an interview with InStyle that eventually they got the embryos, but then they also got a divorce, so she wasn't able to use them. The singer also told InStyle that she wanted to be a mom her whole entire life and chose to adopt after watching the 2016 HBO documentary Foster, which explores the foster care system. In 2019, she adopted 2 grown-up children, and ever since, she has been having a good time with them, teaching them how to live a purposeful life without giving in to scandals and negativity. Number 2, Euan McGregor.
Absolute example of a decision changing my life, and not only my life, but Jamin's life and my family's life and her sister's and her mother's life.
Though it seems like his choice to adopt kids suddenly surfaced, this has always been his major wish, and he was only looking for the perfect time to execute it. When the time was right, he made it come through. Euan McGregor is an award-winning actor who is best known for his role in the movie Trainspotting. His journey to fatherhood has since shaped his mindset on how he sees life. The arrival of his kids helped reshape how he once thought because he wanted to raise them in a manner that commands excellence. Euan married his first wife, French production designer Yves Mavrakis, in the summer of 1995. 7 months later, they welcomed their first child, Clara. In 2001, their daughter Esther was born. Following her birth, the pair welcomed 2 more daughters, Jamyan and Anaou, through adoption. Life at this point was favorable for him in every way, and in April 2021, he told The Hollywood Reporter about his 4 daughters, saying, "They are my everything." Though Euan and Mavrakis went their separate ways, he has never failed to appreciate his children for giving him a reason to hold up. Are you eager to know the celebrity who's at the top of the list? Let's go. Number 1, Jolie and Michael.
To be honest, it feels silly. I don't know why we would be getting honored for adopting our daughter, but with that said,
It feels so good to have your heart's desires come to pass. For Jolie and Michael, despite the turbulence that came during the adoption of her kids, it was still one desire she could never get tired of being grateful for. Julian, an American fitness trainer, nutritionist, and businesswoman, was dating her fiancé, Heidi Rhodes, when she welcomed their daughter Lucenzia via adoption from Haiti. Becoming parents of 2 simultaneously wasn't part of the plans for the former couple, but when Rhodes was in labor, Michaels received a text that Lucenzia got her visa and she would be able to adopt their then 2-year-old. Speaking to people about that period of her life, she said in September 2012, "It's been hectic, chaotic, confrontational, all the things you imagine it would be, but it's also been magical, meaningful, and rewarding." Even though Michael and Rhodes went their separate ways in June 2018, both of them still co-parent their 2 children. Over the years, Michael has also learned to live a perfect life, balancing her career with her 2 adorable kids. She gave a brief hint on how she managed to make it possible while speaking to People in April 2015. She said, "With 2 young children, I had to figure out a way to balance my days. I set aside 12 hours a week, with no kids allowed to focus solely on my own personal demands. This way, I can spend 5 to 6 hours with the kids and work for another 8 hours. If I have any extra time, it goes to the kids. Things seem to work out, and it keeps me sane." Truly, every stage of motherhood for Julie and Michael has been worth reflecting on, as it has taught her to know when to draw the line between her career and the people she loves the most. This is indeed inspiring. Which among these celebrities shocked you the most upon discovering that their adorable kids were adopted, and why were you shocked to the bones? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Before you go, watch the other videos on your screen.